Hello out there, YouTube world. Katie here. Let me apologize in advance if this is kind of long. I know I haven't really had a heart-to-heart with you guys in a while, and I know that today has been a really busy YouTube day for me. Um, I did some videos yesterday. I didn't have a chance to upload them, so I did them today. And then, of course, I'm shooting this today. Um, I turn 24 years old on November the 23rd, and Michael turns 4 years old on November the 2nd. And it's amazing to me to see how much he's grown and how much I've grown. Um, so I just wanted to kind of go through my biography for you guys. I don't know if anybody cares or if anybody's even listening, but I've had a couple people say that my life story is very interesting to them. And if you can learn from it, that makes the telling worth it. So let me go ahead and begin. Um, I was born, and yes, I did mean from the beginning. I was born in Orlando, Florida at the Naval Hospital. My dad was in the Navy for 23 years. He, even as young as I can remember, was the person I always looked up to. My mother was very stressed. We moved from Florida to Virginia Beach, Virginia, when I was about a little less than a year old, maybe a year and a half. And she had the twins shortly after, Helena and Jonathan. And when Mom had the twins, see, she adopted me because she thought she couldn't have any kids. And when Mom had the twins, she kind of, I don't think she meant to, but suddenly her children took precedence. And I could see that even growing up, that was the way things were. And like I said, I really don't think she meant to. So I don't know what to think about that. But I remember, being 3 years old or so. The twins were 2, and I was told not to teach them how to eat leaves. We had this huge backyard. And life was pretty good until Dad decided and Mom decided that they were going to get a divorce. And there had always been the question of, was my dad sleeping with somebody else, because he was a sailor. I'm sure there was also the question of, did my dad, do anything with younger girls, because during the course of the divorce, my mom accused him of molesting us kids, specifically me and my sister. That divorce, I was 4.5, maybe 5 years old when it started, and it didn't end until I was 7. And I was a lot more aware of what was going on than they really gave me credit for, I think. So it was very hard, and I'm the only one of us 3 kids that really remembers it. My whole little idyllic world was just shattered. My dad would be away for, 6 to 9 months at a time on a ship, but he always came back. And now suddenly he's gone, and I don't know when he's coming back. It's very hard for small children to deal with that, which is why my situation with Michael has hit so close to home. So there was a lot of back and forth and a lot of counseling and a lot of, everything, people coming to my school and talking to me. And I don't remember. I think I've blocked out a lot of that time. I remember more than they think I do of the wrong things. But, for instance, when I look at that part of my life and I remember my dad took us to the mall, the one thing that really sticks out in my mind about that memory is my mom taking us girls into the bathroom when we were, when we got home, and checking to see if we were red or something. So, yeah, that was kind of hard. I was put in CPS custody for part of the course of that investigation, eventually returned to my mom. I remember when I was in CPS custody, Jonathan put pudding on my foster parents' cat. They didn't like that too much, and I got into Velcro. They didn't like me sticking Velcro pieces to random things either. I remember I was still sucking my thumb at that point because I was a very insecure child, and my foster parents tried to teach me not to do it, and it didn't really work. When we got back from foster care and the divorce kind of settled down and my dad got hit with child support and Mom sold the house we were living in, and we moved into a townhouse, I was just going into the 3rd grade. And I remember even before, I mean, I have some memories of my elementary school before the 3rd grade. I skipped the 2nd grade, so it's all a little fuzzy having skipped a year like that. But I remember being very unfocused in school. I could do the work, very easily do the work, but I was very unfocused. I didn't like the repetitiveness. I didn't like the busy work that they'd give you to make sure you were occupied in class, because the principal would come and look in, and if the students weren't doing anything productive, the teacher would get in trouble. Which makes sense, I guess. But